Fuck it. I'm bored. So I'm reviewing Tongs. Uh, it's an album by Animal Collective. You probably know who they are. I'll go track by track for this review because you know what? Why the fuck not? So track one, Leaf House. It's a very kind of mysterious but still pretty fast-paced track with a really kind of infectious, vocal uh, melody, and then also a lot of pretty good harmonies that come in as the track progresses, and a really kind of bizarre outro that is fitting, I suppose. Then after that, you got "Who Could Win a Rabbit," which is this really upbeat, uh, just kind of really upbeat folk song for like half of it. Really boisterous, pretty loud actually. Just as mixed, very loud to kind of add to the atmosphere of it, I guess. Um, really catchy, and then the other half, is it half or I don't know, the last half or third of the song is kind of slows it down and stuff, and it works really well, I think. Third song, "The Softest Voice," probably the worst song on the album, I would say. Kind of it kind of tries to be more atmospheric and relaxing and stuff. Comes across as more boring than anything else, I would say. So not that good. Next song, "Winter's Love." This one's kind of weird. Like the first half or third or half of it or whatever is pretty like it's this is very nice, like kind of calm, upbeat, a little beat with guitar thing and a melody. It's just like a simple little vocal thing, just without any words or. And then it cuts out, for like a second or two, it was like it's going to the next song, and then just the song, "Still Winter's Love," starts up with this completely different sounding thing that is a bit more active. Still pretty upbeat, but a lot less, relaxing or calm. Really good song though. I like it a lot. Uh, After that, "Kids on Holiday," kind of a disturbing track, I guess you would say, or not disturbing so much as just unnerving. Uh, Pretty simple. Just kind of pretty simple instrumentation. Just the guitar with various weird effects and samples. Vocal or otherwise, just kind of strewn all about the track as Animal Collective sees fit. The most notable one is this really weird, like high pitched laughing. Sounds like crows cawing or something. Lyrically, this is the most striking track on the album, I'd say. There's some, kind of unnerving, like I said, imagery in the lyrics. So that's a really strong one as well. Track after that, "Sweet Road," kind of a pretty small cut. Only like was it like a minute or so long. But it does leave an impression. Has not a crazy complicated song or anything. Just nice, simple, catchy melody. Uh, Really kind of subdued instrumentation until the chorus, I guess, comes along, and then it starts picking up and getting loud, and then it goes back. Kind of like a grunge song structure, I guess you would say, but with folk instrumentation. Then we get to, I think this album's like 40 something minutes long. So here we get to about a fourth of the album's length, "Visiting Friends." Song is about 12 minutes long. Uh, and if ever there was a song to trance to, this would definitely be the song. It's long, it's repetitive, and it's really, really relaxing. If you need to be, if you're trying to listen to this album while listening, super engaging with it, like focusing, like, ooh, I need to dissect all of the, all of the things in the instrumentation and all the lyrics. Ugh, like if that's how you're trying to listen to this album, uh, visiting friends will probably make you hate it because while there are some variations throughout the 12 minutes, certainly not enough to keep you invested if you're going at it with that mindset. From it's just like two or three guitars just going like, and then some really like modulated and messed up vocal, not messed up like in a scary way, just had a lot of effects put on them, vocals coming in that interspersed throughout various parts of the song with, like I said, some miscellaneous samples and effects coming in that ultimately don't intrude very much on the song. So it's very easy to relax to. I like it quite a bit, but I can see how somebody might not. Next, another interlude or whatever I guess you could say. College. It's kind of like a very simple, almost a cappella track, like 50 seconds long, whose sole lyric is "You don't have to go to college." So it's good, short, sweet, and to the point. I like it. Next, We Tigers. Uh, this is quite a track. Very tribal sound, very tribal drums. Very much makes you feel like you're at like a summer camp or something, and you and the people are doing the big like drum circle or something and chanting and stuff. And it sounds really cool. Uh, especially when they get to the part in the chorus, they go like tiger, 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 tiger. Gets like kind of gets you excited. Certainly the most I would say exciting point in the album is this song. A lot of fun, good track. Next, we got Mouth Wooed Her. Uh, this is, I guess, one of the more subversive tracks on the album. I mean, the album's pretty subversive of like folk, but this one, kind of strikes you as a simple folk song, and then it has these weird bits. Has the song normally is just kind of this big, airy, open kind of shambling structure, and then it goes like, and then back down. So it spooks you a little bit the first time you hear it if you're not paying attention too much. But it's really good, I think. Not one of the more. It's kind of notable for that fact alone, but certainly still a pretty good one. Next, we got Good Lovin' Outside, probably the most run of the mill song, I guess, in the album. Just a pretty fairly simple, folkish kind of ballad kind of thing. I'm using so many wishy-washy adjectives to describe things just because this album is so bizarre in, how it is. And even this song, "Good Lovin' Outside," when I say it's the most normal, that is to say, it'd be the weird track on like a regular folk album. So that should just tell you how bonkers the rest of the album is. But yeah, still definitely a really good cut, if a bit less uh, subversive or whatever, what have you, than the rest of the album. And then the closer track, probably, I'm sure most people are not gonna like it. I certainly didn't like it the first time I heard it, or the first few times I heard it. What Had I Done? Uh, So this track, pretty, there's a big thing to this track that makes it stick out. The instrumentation is pretty low key, um, just pretty simple not drums, guitar, with some vocal harmonies chiming in at different times. But what makes a song stick out is probably, like a sore thumb, you could say, is the vocal effects. Simplest way to put it, Avi Tear, while singing this song, he sound like a goddamn duck. Uh, Now, if that'll probably put you off. It put me off, I'll tell you that. But uh, I don't think there's really any better way that the album could have ended. Like the more I listen to the album as a whole and listening to What Had I Done as the closer, I feel like despite how ridiculous and goofy it sounds, I can't possibly think of a better closer, and I feel like it just kind of very much fits within the album's just atmosphere. So, overall, fantastic ass album. I'd say really the only I mean it's not it's an album that definitely warrants several re-listens, especially if you listen to it the first time. Like this was my experience. If you listen to it the first time, you're like, yeah, this is pretty good. There are a few weak points though. Listen to it more, uh, and you'll feel more and more of those weak points go away. I mean, I still think the softest voice isn't that good. Um, I liked it more actually when I first listened to it, so I don't think I will like softest voice ever. But if those songs I mentioned that might put you off, then I'd recommend trying to listen to it a few more times, and you may or may not appreciate them more. I don't know. Like I said, though, fantastic ass album. Really only held back, in my opinion, by the softest voice. I'd give it a strong 9.